Hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is round 3 of the Mansell series in global racing, the F1 racing series. So, third race of the season, Australia. Very tough track. Personally, I really dislike the track. I find it very brutal. The curbs are going to be very rough. As we see some of our first drivers getting out onto track. So we have 18 drivers on track today. So probably the highest, or one of the highest turnouts we've had for a Mansell race. Previously named multiplayer series. I'm not sure why we're not on board with these cars that are out in an out lap. Maybe it's just how to come up. We are now. So I believe Harry Anker's the one leading the race, or leading our drivers out. Oh no, there's someone in front of him. Looks like a Williams of adjudication. I'm going to turn down my sound because that is very loud. I hope it doesn't affect you guys. I just need to quickly change something in the chat settings. Something is incorrect. Maybe not. I swear that little chat box on the left is actually disappearing. As we see, Dudification retire! Oh no! Oh no! And Pentagonal also retired. Though I don't see his car out on track. That's not fun to see. A lot of wheel spin there from Michael. What's... Just wonder if he's had a couple of spins on his out lap and heated up his tyres a bit. Anyway, we'll not watch on board with that. I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate it. Or for the driver here. Continue on his out lap as well. So, last race in Saudi Arabia, we saw a down to the wire finish, which consisted of Val, which isn't in the race at the moment. Not racing today, unfortunately. Consisted of other people as well. I can't believe I don't know who it consisted of. It would be the top 3. It would have been Beady Nuts, it would have been Hickey Cat, and it would have been Val? Was it not Val? I swear. Okay, so Val's a fill-in, that's why there's no third place. So I think it was Val. Yeah, but a very good fight between those three on the last, well, pretty much the whole race of Saudi. Very good sprint race as well around there. I think Valhalla's going to be first across the line. Don't know how he managed that. Definitely wasn't the first one up there. Valhalla setting our first lap of qualifying, 4 minutes deep, 1:23.8. Decent lap time as we then see Mobile Chicane be the next cross, 1:22.83 as well. We'll see Beady Nuts in the Alpine, 1:22.4, 4 tenths ahead of Mobile Chicane. Should be seeing. So they'll be starting the hot lap. Somebody's finishing. Hickey Cat, who comes into P2. Good performances so far. This qualifying is already quite tight towards the top. 3 tenths between 3 drivers. And then your boy Cappy coming in a bit later. Coutinho also crossing the line. Oh, he just started his lap, sorry. Hop on board with Coutinho. So we've seen Coutinho improve quite a lot over just the start of the series. And I think he's looking to build up his consistency and his points. So I hope he's able to do that. So you see how to anchor retire on the outside of this corner. Not sure how he did that. In a dangerous location though, Cortina only narrowly missing him. Not sure he was really expecting that at all, actually. As we see, Jeb's post a 125.7. Boy Cappy, mildly getting in the way there. Should be letting Cortina through. Thought I'd let him through a bit earlier than that, but he didn't, unfortunately. So it seems like a very tidy lap from Kurt, actually. So Curtis crossing the line, posting a lap time. 124.0. So a decent lap time. Just a little bit behind Valhalla. Jebs, who's going into the pits. We have two Alpines out. Alpines? Sorry. These guys. Can't believe I cannot remember their name. Aston Martin. There you go. Says it on the back. So Valhalla is on a fast lap. His teammate Ronaldinho, I thought was out with him, but I guess that would have been Ardapt right behind. Ardapt currently in P4. I think this is his second race in the series. Oh, sorry, in the group. Ardapt having his first race yesterday in the multiplayer World Series. I believe he did quite well as well for a first time outing. Qualified quite well. Had a spin somewhere, but I mean, it's first race, you kind of expect things like that. Crossing the line this time. Will he improve? 123.3? I don't think he did. Stays there in 4th. Looks like he's just trying to get in some laps. Get rid of this telemetry. And it does seem like he's still pushing. He's still using a lot of battery. I was hoping for some reason to see his overtake button or something on. So nobody out there at the moment. Not a lot of people. We have a few coming out of the pits. I think it's Cappy, followed by HK, or not HK, followed by DJ. So DJ is yet to set a lap. Cappy will be setting his second lap. I'm not sure why so many drivers are taking so much time to come out for a second lap. Well, yeah, I guess we do have 5 drivers out of the qualifying so far. Takes a fair chunk out. You see a tyre from one of the cars that lost it on track. Almost looked like DJ was swerving to avoid it, but... well, maybe he was. I'm not sure if it can damage their car. So yeah, Ardapt is just putting in as many laps as he can. I think he's trying to get in some last second practice. Some very last second practice. HK's in the pit. It's both these guys in that lap. DJ, I'm surprised he's not leaving much of a gap. HK sitting back listening. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support. You're not going out for a qualifying lap. What do you think? Leave it up to these other drivers to fight out at the front, and you'll pick up the scraps. Very nice first couple of corners there, sorry, from Cappy. I think might even, what am I doing? I think Cappy might be a little bit too far ahead. I was wondering if we'll be able to see DJ, if he's on a faster lap, slowly catch Cappy. As he gets off purple for a sector, so he is on for a good lap. Wish I could show you both their timing side by side, you know, as they do in the real F1 races. So show you if Cappy got a purple sector. I don't know where the sector line is. So DJ, oh, we just crossed it. It's right where the DRS is, that's why we can't see it. DJ crosses the DRS detection point, and the timing line gets 2 purple sectors so far, so it's going to be a really good lap from him. On board with Cappy now, as it does look like DJ significantly caught up to Cappy. Cappy crossing the line, improving but not gaining any positions unfortunately, and then DJ crossing the line going up to P5. 123.7 respectable time, but there's quite a few boys putting in some much quicker times. Beating out Sticky Cat and Mobile Chicane, all in the 122s. Watching the pace, I know what I can do. It's matter if I want to waste my tyres. I'm mid-pack. DJ ran out of fuel in the straight. Oh! Yeah, maybe. He did look like he slowed down, didn't he? What am I doing? I can't actually, don't think I can see that. If I get rid of the telemetry. Nah, I think 0.5 laps of fuel. So I don't think he went to low fuel mode. 0.4 laps of fuel. I think he might have just pulled out of that for some reason. Because it did look like he slowed down the straight, didn't it? Get telemetry back up now. So who's out in a lap at the moment? Curtino's on another lap. On another lap soon. Yeah, he got 2 purple sectors. I'm not sure what happened because, yeah, to get 2 purple sectors and then be 1.5 or 1.3 seconds behind. That is, he definitely lifted because he didn't make a mistake that I saw. So it's the wrong Aston Martin. Come on guys, keep it polite. How's everyone doing today? Oh no, Ronaldinho! Oh, got it back together. That looks scary. So Curtino looks to have pulled out of this one with an invalidation. Obviously Ronaldinho not exactly in for a hot one after he decided to show everyone what the new line around Australia will be for next year. This is going to start another flying lap though. Looks like Kurt behind is going to the pits. Yeah, I hope there's no restart shenanigans today. Australia has a nice last corner, so it leading from the last corner in a restart's not too bad. Ronaldinho trying to get out of the way there of a mobile chicane that was on a hot lap. Trying to get out of the way of RDAP, who, sorry, was not on a hot lap. Trying to get out of the way of RDAP, who was also not on a hot lap. After you, no after you. I insist, after you. Valhalla wants nothing to do with it. Wants to get on with their qualifying. 4 minutes to go of this session. Just quickly swap to this. Slight break. So Valhalla getting a nice run out of the last corner. I hate all these onboard shots. Please. What is this? Let me show. I can swap to onboard. So please keep the offboard camera offboard. So a lot of people starting a lap now. There's a lot of time left in the session, but I don't think any of these people that are out on track right now will be able to get another lap in. Crash into T1, someone gets damage, calling it? Yeah, I mean, if you're wrong, I'm going to call you out. But you're not going to be wrong. Oh no, Ronaldinho! It's not where you're meant to park the car. As Ronaldinho retires from qualifying, yeah, I don't think I'll get another lap in anyway. There is someone about to cross the line. Beady Nuts. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. It was Beady Nuts. Should I go on board with him? So Beady Nuts sets the new fastest time at 1:21.6. That is incredibly fast. My goodness. Hit the wall looking by the screen of my outlet. Oh no. I haven't done that in race or quali, but I've done that while just practicing before. So we see Mobile Chicane coming around the last corner. I believe that is HK Racing behind him. Mobile Chicane moving up to P2, also getting a 1:21. A lot of traffic. Oh, DJ. I have no idea what happened there. Is anyone coming out of the pit so I can see on board with that? We see HK pull out of his lap. I saw DJ coming out of the pits. I saw Hiki Cat coming out of the pits. And I saw HK on a hot lap. No idea what happened in between. So Catino also starting lap. Peanuts coming around the second to last corner. Gonna go pit. Won't have time for another lap. But is on top at the moment, so I think it'll be pretty comfortable. So hop on board with Valhalla, who's pulled out of his lap. He's on low fuel mode. Yeah, 0.0 laps of fuel, low fuel mode. We see a lot of people getting out of the way for people not on hot laps. That's a very good time. Very, very good time. I think he'll be feeling pretty safe up there. 40 seconds, 45 seconds left. We see a lot of people at the last corner. I was doing that. See HK starting his lap. Hickey Cat behind about to start his lap. Saw a car behind Hickey Cat going to the pits. Hickey Cat, ooh, stays in. That looked like an invalidation, but stays in. Hopefully gained a bit of time. Risking it that far. HK just ahead. Probably want to get a move on so he doesn't get the pressure from Hickey Cat behind. Hickey Cat setup looking quite stable. Getting his purple first sector. Hickey Cat looks incredibly stable over these curbs. Who knows, I was saying HK get out the way for Hickey Cat, but for all we know, HK could be setting the pole time. Ooh, getting a purple first and second sector from Hickey Cat. Now for the last sector, he will not be, well, he will be last across the line, so we'll hop on with HK here. Crossing the line, improving, is he? To a P6, and Hickey Cat improving to a P2. Great laps from both of those. Hickey Cat very, very narrowly missing out on pole position. Less than a tenth of a second. Very good lap indeed. It was a very nice setup. It was very good to watch that lap actually. It looked like Australia was a tolerable track. Catino rounding the final corner. He's going to be the last across the line. And improving by a position into P7. It's quite a nice qualifying. See, quite a close battle at the top between Beady Nuts and Hickey Cat will most likely unfold in front of us. Behind the top two, there's Mobile Chicane, 3/10 back. Valhalla, almost a full second behind that. So the top three are, and that's right in front of the microphone, I apologize. The top three significantly ahead of the rest of the field. Valhalla, an Ardupt, and HK or relatively close. Cortino just behind. Ronaldinho podium. I mean, there's only one spot left on it. The two at the front, or even the three at the top, are so insanely quick that it's gonna be a good task. But who knows? A race, anything can happen. Ronaldinho could indeed manufacture the pace. There's always opportunities as well. Especially around Australia, a lot of safety cars, I believe. Definitely won't get a podium, but I'll try. Hey man, I'm here for it. If you're here, if you get the podium, I'll celebrate it. As you have the 5 lights on, and they stay on for a long time. That was held for a long time. As of course we want to see what the pit stop strategy is right as all the cars are leaving. Very good start by Beady Nuts. Quite clear ahead. Some argy-bargy. Ooh, argy-bargy by DJ, unfortunately. So you finally get a good camera angle to show that the car's not too far apart. DJ doesn't look like he has damage, so maybe just spun on exit or something. Yo, drive-throughs. We see Jebs with the drive-through and Ronaldinho with the drive-through, I believe. And we see a Williams of Mobile Chicane, unfortunately hitting the wall. Mobile Chicane, who was up in P3, getting a little bit too loosey-goosey on exit, and we have a virtual safety car. Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't more drive-through penalties. That red, sorry, the light stayed on for absolutely ages then. Yeah, sucks he had decent pace. Yeah, he was up in P3. Like, his pace wasn't far off that he couldn't have won as well. Could have had a more race-orientated setup. As I'll quickly... the position changes. So we have a few people who had not great starts and they've dropped down. Jebs, DJ, Ronaldinho. Everyone else having pretty standard starts. That Aussie dude is the big standout for me, up in 6 positions in P8. Be quite happy with that. So I'll look at the penalties now. So we have Jebs and Ronaldinho penalties. Cannot take them under safety car conditions. Maybe they can. Somebody just box. That was Ardapt who's boxing. Unsure why. See if he has damage here. As they come out with a new front wing. And indeed it's damaged. Well, at least he gets it done under virtual safety car. Put on some medium tyres, so he's not going to be on these until the end, but he's on a good strategy. Is that car still not... Oh, Beady Nuts spun! Beady Nuts out of the league has... Sorry, has spun at the same corner that we lost Mobile Chicane. As you see what looked to be how to anchor with damage. Saw a bit of his front wing on the floor. Dropping back. Sorry, I didn't even catch that the race had restarted. Don't get good notifications of that. So we see a top 3 of Hiki Valhalla and HK Racing. Quite closely behind is Cortino. You have a yellow flag further down. It's Beady Nuts again! Oh no. Having a hard race at the moment. Anchor down there as well, so maybe something happened there, I'm unsure. It's another yellow flag. Studification. Sector 1. Not sure what's happening there. Sure he doesn't appreciate us trying to find out. This race just about crazy. Yeah, I got no idea what's going on. There's stuff everywhere up and down the field. See Ronaldinho, sorry, how to anchor, DJ getting past. Yeah, maybe just on the edge of the restart. As we see another virtual safety car. Beady Nuts goes into the pits, DJ goes into the pits, Anchor goes into the pits. All 3 I'm assuming has damage. Just take a second to try and see if I can check out some front wings. These front runners. All looking fine and dandy from what I can see. Everyone that's pitted I'm assuming had damage. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was just because Oh, we saw 5 people pit. They may have all gotten a little bit of contact as we have green flag racing conditions. Let's see, Ronaldinho has a penalty. Still couldn't serve his drive-through, I believe, because he was under safety car conditions. Aussie dude right behind Curtino, going a little bit wide. Curtino getting a better run through the S. Turn telemetry on as well, sorry fellas. So we see Cheeky Otter and your boy Cappy having a bit of a scrap. Your boy Cappy on soft tyres. You can check out the tyre age. So Cappy on same old tyres as Cheeky, but on softs, he should be able to pass him. See somebody coming out of the pits, lapped car. Cheeky Otter still scared for his life. I would be too. Any car you see coming out of the pits is quite scary, as we see once again Aussie dude getting very close to Curtino. In fact, it looks like he's almost going to make a move up the inside there. Heaping on the pressure here, staying very close behind as Curtino lets him pass. I'm not sure if he made an issue. If he did, I didn't see it. Looked like it was a tactical move. DRS coming up just ahead. Maybe he thought he was going to get overtaken anyway. He thought instead maybe he'll try benefit from the DRS. So he got making a very big gap at the front. Auto anchor retiring. Unfortunately on the exit. I've DNF'd there once or twice myself. Apex on these mediums looks like he has really good pace. And Cheeky Cat once again setting the fastest lap of the race. His pace is unreal at the moment. Ah yes. Don't show us the overtake, that's fine. So I'll hop on board with back with HK. As he looks very keen on gaining that P2 position from Valhalla. Very good racing from both of these guys here. Adapt getting a second time penalty. Going to the pit somehow. He gained that penalty. See a full course safety car. It's a very interesting time for a safety car. Definitely think the softs boxing to mediums. I don't know if they'll make it to the end. I think they will, but might be a little bit hairy towards the end. So we see Hickey Cat pitting from the lead under this safety car, putting on some mediums. He's going to be coming out behind a lot of traffic. And although it'll all get out of the way, he's not exactly on much fresher tyres that he could easily get past, though he does have really good pace. So he's going to come out in P8, Viking, and P9, pitting onto fresh mediums. I think he was already on mediums, so interesting. Top 3 now, Valhalla, HK Racing, and that Aussie dude. Don't think I've seen a win from any 3 of these drivers quite yet, so I think they'll be very keen to make a win out of this race. Very nice opportunity for them all. It's a very awkward strategy for the softs. Yeah, I don't know. You ideally would want to go another, like, more laps anyway. I don't know how many more. Probably box around that 10 to would be probably the earlier time of boxing. Because that'll still make it 19 laps on mediums, which is not too bad. So a reasonably consistent top 10 now. I do have to say, Viking, even though he was in P9 when he pitted, he came out in P9 and he's just on fresh mediums. It's a very smart pit from him. It's just a free pit stop. And he needs to go on softs again, though. So I think he's looking to just go well, maybe 10 laps on these and box for the softs. So he is behind. He's not on the same strategy as Hickey Cat still. Though he is effectively after pit stops P2. See that Aussie dude now deciding to pit. I'm not sure that was the right call. He boxed onto fresh softs. So put him very far towards the back of the field. I wonder if that was his AI that boxed for him. Because that was a very interesting move. I don't think he would have chosen to do that. Yeah, and it does look like AI driving. He could be very smooth and very precise on a safety car, but this is not how I drive on a safety car. I think the AI just took him out of third position and put him into P12. That is very unfortunate to see. Actually, we can... Oops, sorry. There's no one behind him, so I can't see that. There's no way for me to tell up until Ardup catches him. And he is under AI. Oh no, that is a terrible feeling. Boxed out of a potentially podium position down into P12. So we have one more lap behind safety car because we need to wait for all cars to catch the safety car. Unfortunate to see. So Valhalla and HK hopefully will give us a lot more nice laps of racing. They are very close to each other the whole race so far. No moves made yet. Hopefully the coming laps rather, we'll get some good moves. I know HK may be racing more conservatively, using the DRS to stay in, so we might have some nicer tyres. Also, as the tyres go off, drivers make more mistakes, allowing for more opportunities of overtaking, so yeah. Don't like how the game suggests strategies are never one-stops, and you're just gonna ignore it to one-stop. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes the game comes up with big brain strategies, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it comes up with terrible, terrible strategies. I know a lot of tracks suggest two-stopping when two-stopping's never viable. It recommends hards on tracks where hards are unusable. So yeah, I do think AI probably shouldn't box for you unless you said box this lap or confirm box this lap or something like that maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, the AI doesn't take into account the fact that you're going to lose 11 positions, so you're not going to be able to use your fresh soft tyres. See, the safety car is going to be in this lap. From my experience, every track is one stop. There's some tracks under 50% that it's on the edge, but it really depends on the race, how the race unfolds. See Valhalla try and get a really good exit. A little bit conservative, but did get a good jump. Apex getting a really good jump on HK, burning a lot of energy. Oh, not that much energy actually. But more than HK. I think HK knows he can hold that position. Very clean restart, I gotta say. Looking like all drivers making it through. Ronaldinho rounding up the end there. Apex on these medium tyres now. Looking very competitive. Ooh, as we see HK going a little bit sideways. Managing to hold it together. I hope he's not put off too much. See, boxing now, or boxing in the next couple of laps is what you'd kind of want to do on the softs. But it's very hard to do that when you know if you box you're going to come out behind the rest of the field. I think Hickey Cat might have made the right call by going into the pits, unless there's a safety car very soon. But even then, it might have been the right call. Yeah, Apex looking to make a move again. HK positioning nicely, staying in the slipstream with Valhalla. See Ronaldinho at the back getting past. What does he do? So you can't see the fighting. They want to show us what the steering wheel looks like. Top 3, once again, very close. I think Apex is in a prime position to win this race. See Hickey Cat on them fresh mediums getting past Cappy as well. Very big train there. Look like Beady Nuts and Viking were looking to go side by side there. Maybe Beady Nuts and Pentagonial. Pentagonial losing out as we see HK getting passed by Apex. And Apex right behind Valhalla. My goodness. Apex is quick around here on their mediums. Them soft riders have completely dropped their tyre off the edge, unfortunately. Still no DRS, but look at the difference. Apex has just been unleashed. He's going to gap both of these drivers down, these mediums. So the top 3 did make a little bit of a gap, but everyone has caught up. Yeah, with safety cars and stuff, you could go longer on softs. Yeah, you definitely could. Hickey Cat could say speeding in the pit lane penalty, unfortunately. As Hickey Cat was our race leader, so maybe he got damage. Hickey Cat getting damage and having to change wing. Oh my goodness. He was probably my favourite to win. Oh sorry, favourite in my mind, but he was going to win. See, again the train further back. That's our pole sitter right in the middle of that. Very close in this midfield, my goodness. All these drivers being held up by these old soft tyres. Nobody making a mistake here. This is very good racing as we see quite a good run by Big Nuts up the inside of Viking. Viking looking to up the inside of the car ahead. A little bit of tyre touching. Don't think there were much in it, but cars all over the road. Somebody going into the back of, I think it was Viking. Somebody else spinning, Viking going through, thankfully. Ooh, I have no idea how that damage occurred. Or Viking, why he slowed so much. Maybe he got a lot of damage in that contact, as we see all them drivers who are so close to each other all trip over each other and go into the pits. 5 of them. The only survivor, Pentagonal, who's gained quite a few positions because of that. That was hectic. So we also saw HK box. HK and Valhalla both boxed in the middle of all that. So only 3 drivers out of that pack box, actually. I apologize. So Apex, effectively a 5-second lead right now over the next racer. But that's Gertino on softs, and then behind him Cheeky Yoda on the same strategy as Apex. Yellow flag sector 1 looked to be not BD Nuts, but BD Nuts' teammate Ardept, who chucked on some inters. Don't think there's rain, mate. Oh no. He's out looking for the rain, unfortunately. Maybe there is rain predicted. I don't know. It is Melbourne. Apex setting the new fastest lap. My goodness, on their old tyres as well. See Cheeky Yoda, lovely overtake down the inside. As we also see that Aussie dude getting past DJ, trying the DRS to stay ahead as well. Valhalla and HK have been racing this whole race, being side by side the whole race, right next to each other on track. Once again. So Valhalla is not burning up too much battery, but still managing to stay ahead of HK. HK also saving up quite a bit of battery. So I don't think too much will happen there. Both of them should be able to defend, and or rather Valhalla should be able to defend it for now at least. Oh no! We hopped on board for Curtino. It's finding the wall there. Very unfortunate. As we get a full safety car because of that. Only 1.5 laps after Valhalla and HK box. That is going to leave them very vulnerable to the Apex undercut onto softs. Or overcut, sorry, onto softs. Curtino was running a very good race up to that stage. It's very unfortunate to see him go. So another safety car. Pentagonal decides to stay out. Pentagonal still has not boxed. So I want to see where these other races come out. They do come out behind. The Apex stays out ahead. Cheeky Yoda racing out to pull out just ahead of Valhalla and HK. Apex and Cheeky Yoda on softs. They're going to have to last quite a few laps on themselves. And a bit of a cork in the bottle here will be Pentagonal on these 12 lap mediums, but I don't think he'll be causing too much trouble for them. They should be a lot faster. So most of the tyres that everyone are on, quite fresh tyres, the exception being Pentagonal and Jebs, of course. Question is, which tyres would you want to be on at this stage of the race? The softs or the mediums? Personally, if I wasn't in the top 3, I'd want to be on mediums. If I was in the top 3, I think softs would be a decent choice. But if you're on the softs, you need to make a gap, and if you're not able to make that gap, the mediums will just be too quick by the end of the race. I do think both Apex and Cheeky Yoda do have the pace we've seen some really good racing, but from Valhalla and HK. One more lap behind the safety car. There's not much really to report on at the moment. Safety cars really nullify the race, and this game doesn't exactly give you the ability to, I don't know, see any other information. Not that there is any other information to see, but I don't know, we could be going to the race director quickly. Having a look at Pentagonal, he's fastest lap at 128.2 on the mediums that he's been on since the start of the race, I think. So yeah, not from the start, but pretty much. Then we see Apex 125.9 fastest lap, Cheeky Otter 127.3. So Cheeky Otter having incredible pace over Apex in terms of fastest lap. Now Heller up there 127 as well, 126.1 for HK. So, oh sorry, what was I saying? Apex having a really incredible fastest lap compared to some of these other drivers. He is in the hot seats up in P2 at the moment, on the freshest tyres out there. Safety car is not in this lap yet. Oh, there we are, safety car in this lap. So we should be seeing Pentagonal probably going at the same place we saw, I think it was Valhalla? I don't know. Somebody led the last one off. I think it was because Hickey Cat boxed. See Pentagonal going out of the last corner. Apex just having so much more grip. Looking to go there around the outside. We saw a spinner at the final corner. Apex being shown the grass a little bit. That's going to leave him vulnerable to Cheeky Otter from behind. Still got a relatively good enough exit as Apex once again still trying to go around the outside. Ooh, Pentagonal not really leaving him much space. Constantly kind of forcing cars wide here. Cheeky had another look around the outside but couldn't. Apex now having the inside of the corner and a much better line. Pentagonal looking to brake slightly late and getting that wing damage. That's very unfortunate for Pentagonal's race, but he was so much slower than these other drivers. Cold tires and spun. Oh no, Ronaldinho. I have done the same thing at the same place. That last corner on cold tires is not fun. See, these top braces all quite close to each other, to be honest. You see that Aussie dude, unfortunately, when we go on board, getting a track limits violation. Oh no, we saw HK losing, maybe just having a really bad exit and losing a couple of positions there. HK was having a great race. He was up behind Valhalla. Has he lost some wing? No, the wing looks like it's still there. Hope he's able to, Oh no! And he's gone into a collision. Oh no, his race has just fallen apart. That is so unfortunate to see. Valhalla is, Valhalla, he's up there, P3. On the mediums, he's not in the DRS of these cars ahead, so he will be vulnerable when DRS gets enabled. Aussie dude right behind him. This race is crazy, there is so much happening all over the place. Australia is a crazy track. A lot of cars close together, very impressive to see. So the front two creating quite a bit of a gap between the rest of the pack. They're not too far apart. Cheeky Otter fighting to stay in the DRS of Apex. Aussie dude looking to go down the inside of this fast chicane. Manages it, but Valhalla looking to get the switchback. Aussie dude looks like he got a good enough exit. So Valhalla might go for the look for the move rather. Doesn't go for it. I think that's a smart move. Valhalla doesn't have a penalty, he just has to stick with Aussie dude and he gains the position. So maybe you can just focus on racing cleanly and making the most of his ERS. Aussie dude on slightly fresher tyres. Apex getting a new fastest lap. So DRS enabled. Oh my god, as we see DJ going around the outside of Valhalla. Incredible move by DJ. Oh no, and we saw Cheeky Otter. Cheeky Otter unfortunately having a spin. Still in the race. So that's dropped him out from P2. People gaining and losing positions everywhere, and the one that standing tall above them, Apex, has not made a mistake or race. That's what's gotten him into this amazing position that he's in. Looking favourite to win. Apex is getting a 3-second time penalty. I'm sure he's not wanting to get too many of those. It's not going to make his gap any more fun to manage. Effectively a 4-second gap back to DJ. Aussie dude going very defensive around that corner. Don't think you need to go that defensive, but held the position. Give DJ another opportunity to try and get past Aussie dude. He once again goes defensive. DJ looking to go around the outside. Don't think that's a good move to try and make around turn 1 in Australia. But they make it through okay, gets past. Incredible. Great overtake. Really good overtake there. All the time they leave the space. Aussie dude a fair racer. As you see Valhalla and Viking going side by side. Valhalla having the inside line, getting a better exit. Inside turning to the outside of the next corner. Staying ahead of the Viking on the soft tyres. Viking, I believe, on 2 stops as he got wing damage previously. Viking being the most likely candidate to make the next move as well. Right behind Valhalla, just ahead. Valhalla not having DRS on this straight here. Looking like they're going to be going side by side into the corner, leaving each other just enough space to get through. Kikicat also right at the tail of Valhalla now. A lot of pressure coming all at once. With Apex, that's another fastest lap. This man is on a mission. Kikicat looking to get the move done on Valhalla, but Valhalla has DRS. The ERS, very powerful. Getting the inside line. Make the move stick, going a little bit wide, but I give Valhalla an opportunity, but Valhalla going a little bit wide in the exit as well. I think Kikicat will keep that position there. And move back to the front. Well, front. There's only one person at the front. I was going to say the front trio. But there is one man out the front, and then there is everyone else. The soft tyres for Apex are just doing incredible. You see a spinner of Aussie dude. Oh no, Aussie dude. Battling for P2 is spun out of position, now falling down the order. Puts a DJ in a decent position as he's out of... sorry, BDnuts is not in DRS zone with him. Aussie dude moving a fair way down the ladder. One spin takes him down from P3 all the way down to P10 at this late stage in the race. So you see a lot of the races still very close to each other on the track here. Only about a second or so gap between any of them. We see no one really being able to make too much ground up on the next driver, so the competition's very tight. Oh, does he need to hop back on board with the battle for P3? Viking and Beady Nuts. Viking fighting back. I think previously had an overtake with Beady Nuts. They went 3 wide into a corner. They were more or less forced to do because of the DRS. Viking on the softs, Beady Nuts on the mediums. I would probably say that Beady Nuts probably has the better feeling tyres at the moment. Though I don't think it would be by much. You see Viking deciding to pit. Going to be doing about 7 laps on a new set of softs, I imagine. Interesting call. I would have stayed out on those softs. Would have been hard at the end, if they made it rather. Would have been hard. But I don't think he's going to be able to make up a 20-second pit window. So that brings Viking down to P9. Quite a ways off the pack ahead. So there's about 7 laps left of this Australian Grand Prix. Apex pushing the gap out to 11.6 seconds ahead of DJ. DJ maintaining a pretty nice gap to Beady Nuts. Do you think though that both Hickey Cat and Beady Nuts are close enough that they can try and make a move if there's any opportunities to do so? 1 second is not a lot in this game. A single mistake can be half a second easily. Beady Nuts getting that, getting it down to 1.1 second for a short while. Looks like he has a higher downforce setup. Looks like he was gaining a lot of time through the corners and losing it down the straights, as we see your boy Cappy causing yellow flags on pit entry, it looked like. Not sure what happened there. Apex now on these 9 lap old softs. Still increasing the gap. So get rid of the tyre delta now. I think I was just taking up part of the screen. So let's see if I can hop on board with some of the drivers now. Get rid of telemetry. 10 laps of fuel for Beady Nuts. 8 laps of fuel for Millsy. 8 laps of fuel for Apex. 9 for Hickey, so everyone's got a conservative amount of fuel. I think the safety cars have allowed that, as we see another fastest lap from Apex. This man is on a mission. Apex, you can slow down. You got time. Don't risk it. Man's driving is on another level today. This was apparently a fight going on back here. From Valhalla and Ardupt. We see Viking on the new set of softs getting a new fastest lap. Picking up some points there. Not much happening. Race is definitely planned out a bit. BDnuts has caught up to DJ. Sorry. Has got up quite a lot to DJ actually. Half a second separates them now. Both of them have a reasonable amount of battery, so able to fight. DJ getting a very good exit out of the last corner, so looks pretty safe for these two DRS zones. Alpine versus AlphaTauri here. Looking like a very interesting constructor standing at the moment. Oh no, as we see Cheeky Otter having a spin and DNFing, unfortunately. Bringing us a full course safety car. Apex's lead gets thrown out the window, though he gets put... He'll be able to put on a fresh set of soft tyres. Hopefully be able to lead the race continually from there. As we see another DNF RDAP during a safety car has unfortunately spun as well, most likely going over a curb. Car's already been cleaned. Us Australians work quickly. So we do see a pit from Apex. This will see Viking actually probably... he's a bit too far to gain any positions. I don't think he's caught too much on themselves just yet. Maybe though, he was putting in some fastest laps. So we see DJ and BDnuts staying out. Apex on some fresh soft tyres will be needing to make some moves. And he has a 3-second time penalty. Oh no, this is swap from a guaranteed win to a... You gotta do some work, buddy. He's gonna have Hickey Cat behind him as well on some fresh tyres. Apex, oh sorry, Viking behind him. Not too far behind on some slightly older softs. Viking though, in a much better position against the people that he was racing before. Racing DJ and BDnuts before, who are on 12 and 14 lap old mediums. Viking only on 4 lap old softs. So as they're looking to hopefully only have one more lap behind the safety car. We lap 27 it goes in, so you have lap 28 racing and 29. So you have 2 laps of racing, no DRS. Apex has got to hope he can get past quite early so he can create a gap. I think if he gets past he can create a gap. But I hope he doesn't take too many risks. So the safety car at the end has given us a nail biter. It's throwing a wrench in the works of our drivers here. Yes indeed, one more lap behind safety car. And then 2 more laps of racing after that. Oh sorry, there'll be 3 laps of racing. Don't know where. Nope. Nope. 2 laps of racing. I thought the lap count at the top was based on the leader, but it is not. It's based on the car you're on board with. Oh, as we see the safety car come and try and say hello to DJ. DJ wanting none of it. Says this is still COVID times, 1.5 meters please, as that safety car is all over the place, my goodness. I guess we'll keep this on just for context. I'm gonna get rid of telemetry for a second. So Apex has some nicely heated up tyres. B's tyres are still a little bit cold, not too bad. DJ has quite cold tyres, so DJ needs to do some more warming. Viking has not done any warming at all so far, so his tyres are cold as. Same with Hickey Cat. So there's a few people, cold tyres. See what happens. Safety car is in this lap. Was announced much earlier. We'll have just a couple more corners before racing gets back underway. Looks like DJ might have already gone. No, not yet. DJ should be able to go out of that corner there, getting a good run on this one. Apex right in the back of BD Nuts. Basically already passed him at the start of the straight. BD Nuts would be wise not to... Oh, Apex decides against it. Thinks, I don't want to fight you here, I can get past you later. Them soft tires, he's just going to brake so much later. As HK having a moment and spinning out of the race. Only a couple laps to go. I know how painful that is. He was running such a good race up until he had to... Oh, he had one moment. He was up and fighting with Valhalla the whole race. Had one moment, and then it's just been not a race to remember for him. As we see Apex looking to go for the move. At the end, just sticking his nose in probably a little bit too far. But those tyres are just so much better. Gets past DJ on the inside. DJ looking to fight it. And then not so much anymore. The Viking now behind BD. Hickey Cat behind the Viking. See another yellow flag. Your boy Cappy unfortunately having a spin. All these guys are so close together on track right now. You have no idea how so good went to so bad. No, we know. I saw all of it. You were up there fighting for P1. In contention for the win of the race. And then it looked like just one moment caused your downfall. You just spiraled out of control. Very unfortunate to see, but you had amazing pace. I'd feel proud of that race for the most part. Did well. Obviously the scoreboard just won't reflect it at the end. BDNet's holding on to this position well. Viking needs to get past. This is the last lap. He has no opportunity without DRS. Oh, as we see Hickey Cat going into the back of the Viking, causing the Viking to tag BD Nuts. And BD Nuts having a spin. That was a huge sequence of events. That brings Pentagonal up the field. Pentagonal up into P3. DJ just outside the 3-second time penalty window. When he's crossed it, it looks like Apex will be at the win, unless that is more penalties. No, it's just a 3-second time penalty. So it'll be Apex coming around the last corner, unless he has a moment. I know there's more fighting further back. But DJ coming across the line to win the race, a well-deserved win at incredible pace. DJ coming across the line for a close second. Pentagonal getting a third place, surprise third place, but well raced to get there. Podium for him. Valhalla just behind. Valhalla had a really good race, finishing P4, which is quite a good result to be honest. Jebs having the comeback of all comebacks. The first safety car was down a lap for context and still managing to get P5, so incredible comeback by Jebs. BD Nuts a little sad there after running such a good race, having a little tag up with the Viking. BD Nuts getting a 20-second time penalty after crossing the line for ignoring yellow flags, even though he is the yellow flag. That's interesting. So Viking getting rear-ended by a Hickey Cat, unfortunately, and losing a whole lot of positions. He was up there for P3 as well. As a dude getting P7 because of that weird timing glitch. And our last survivor of the Australia race crosses the line to end off our Australian Grand Prix. Apex getting driver of the day. Very well deserved. Really good race by Apex. He has a incredible celebration there. And crossing the line to get P1. Excellent. Congratulations to Apex. I think he'll feel he really deserved that. His pace was great. He did nothing wrong that whole race. Had like a 15-second lead. And then that 15-second lead taken up by a safety car. So he had to fight back to regain that lead. So I think he'd be quite happy with that. And then DJ Millsy coming up in P2. Well raced by him. Pentagonal just behind, P3, Valhalla P4, Jebs P5 with that recovery drive, Viking P6 after getting rear-ended, unfortunately, Ozadu P7, BG Nuts P8, Cappy P9, Hickey Cat running at the top 10, though I don't believe he finished. I believe he DNF'd when he rear-ended Viking, unfortunately. We see HK just behind, P11, Ardupt, his second race, P12, go down, Chikiota P13, Ronaldinho P14, Coutinho, Dudification, Harry Anchor, and Mirror Chicane running out the rest of our 18 car grid. Geez, that was an eventful race. I feel we had so many different leaders that race and so many people in the top 3. Had a lot of good battles. Unfortunately in Australia it's quite hard to properly battle just because of the way the curbs are, so yeah, congratulations to our racers who got the result they wanted. Unfortunate to those who didn't. But yeah, GG. Next race I believe will be at Imola. Imola's also quite a hard track, but I feel like a bit more of a fun track than Australia. So that'll be next Tuesday night. So I look forward to commentating that one as well. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Congratulations to all the drivers, and hope you guys have a nice night.